Hello and welcome to Fast Horses Today for Saturday. Today is April 18th, second day of the Santa Anita Hollywood meet. So we've got some races to go over there. But before we get into Santa Anita, Oaklawn definitely has a nice card over there in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And we've got the return of a couple of fan favorites in Sovereignty and Journalism. So, wishing everyone the best of luck there. If you've been following Fast Horses Today, I'm a big fan of Sovereignty. I also like Journalism as well. Any other year, Journalism would probably be a favorite for me, but I really like Sovereignty. Liked them from a long time ago. And, I'm wishing all the folks over there a wonderful race. And let's see a nice race, comeback race for those two, as well as, you've got some other nice horses in that race. So let's watch a nice race there in the Oaklawn Handicap later today. But let's get started over at the Great Race Place. I do have some win bets at Santa Anita on Saturday. We're going to start out in the first race. The first race has an approximate post time about 1 o'clock Pacific, so that's 3 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. This is a maiden special weight race here. State breds, fillies, they're going 6.5 on the grass. That's the flat grass. Now, I think they probably had a lot of entries, so they split this race in two. And, I do like a horse here to start things off, that being the 6 horse, who is Krista McAuliffe for Stephen Miatti. I think Miatti's got a couple live ones here. Maybe he can work on upping that record. Krista McAuliffe comes in with Antonio Fresu on. Fresu's a new addition to this horse. Edwin Maldonado's been having this horse the last few times. So a couple changes. Fresu the rider now. They're taking blinkers off Krista McAuliffe as well. Now Krista McAuliffe gets back to the turf. She had run one time on the turf over at Santa Anita on the 6.5 flat grass course. That was back in February. And I thought she ran a nice race there. Even race here. She's 5-1 in the program. I think we're going to get a nice price on Krista McAuliffe today. Looks like there'll probably be a horse that's going to get bet on pretty well here, being the 3 horse She's No Quant. And that horse is 2-1 in the program. The film study folks will probably see she had some trouble and she finished up nicely, so she'll probably get bet there. But I do like Krista McAuliffe to get it done. I think she's run some nice races, and she should be set up nice for a race like this. Her last race she ran, Maldonado didn't get her out too well, and she just had a whole lot to do in that race. I'm going to throw that race out. I think that the move to the grass will be a nice benefit for her. Being by Grayson. Grayson's run on all surfaces, really, but she's probably an usual heat mare, so the grass should be no problem there. So we'll take the win bet in the first race on the 6 horse, Krista McAuliffe. Now we're going to move over to the 5th race of the day. The 5th race does start off the pick 6. There was a carryover in the pick 6 at Santa Anita. Nobody hit it there on opening day. I don't remember the amount. I'm not playing the pick 6 today, so good luck if you are. But I do have a horse in the first race. In the first leg of the pick 6, that being in the 5th race, that I do like. So maybe if you're playing a pick 6 ticket, you can include this horse in there. This is the other half of that maiden special weight. As I mentioned, they split it up there. That first race and the 5th race, that's 2 editions of this race. There's another 6.5 furlong grass sprint, maiden special weight, state bred fillies, 3-year-olds. I like the 1 horse, who is Jacqueline Lucas. Jacqueline Lucas comes out of Steve Miatti's barn. As I mentioned, I think Miatti's got some live ones. Fresu takes the call again here. Now, I know the last time Jacqueline Lucas ran, I did play her that day. I know I had her on a ticket. She had gotten beat by La Silenciosa. La Silenciosa really was a nice winner that day. She just took off and really just left everyone in their dust. I thought Jacqueline Lucas did run a nice race that day. She's a little bit far back, coming off a layoff. Vicente Del Cid, the jock, had her back there. She probably had way too much to do to win a race like that at 5.5 furlongs on the dirt, especially with the way La Silenciosa got out there and just took off on everybody. So I thought that was a nice comeback race off the layoff. I expect a much better effort here. This horse shouldn't have any problem on the turf, being by Grayson. I just mentioned, the Graysons seem to win everywhere. She's by a Harlan's Holiday mare. So, turf breeding should be fine for her. She's 4-1 in the program. Antonio Fresu takes the call. Fresu's just going to have to figure out how to get off that rail. Sometimes that's not a good place on those flat grass sprints. But I think Jacqueline Lucas, she ran with some nice horses in her first 2 starts. And that's why I ended up liking her when she ran on April 5th. But again, I thought she had a little too much to do on April 5th. I think she'll have a better spot here running on this grass race, in this grass sprint here. So we'll make a win bet in the 5th race on the 1 horse, Jacqueline Lucas. Now, the final win bet we've got today, we're going to cap off the day in the 10th race, 10th being the last race over at Santa Anita today. They got an approximate post time about 5:30 Pacific time, so it's 7:30. That's evening here in the Central Time Zone. There's another maiden special weight on the flat grass course. This is a 6 furlong flat grass sprint, and these are open maiden special weights here. So these are 3-year-olds and up, and I've got a horse that I like here in the 10th race, that being the 9 horse, who is Bright Eye Bungle. And Bright Eye Bungle comes in for Phil D'Amato. Jock switch here. Fresu is off the horse. Hector Barrios takes the call. Now, in watching the film, this horse was a favorite when he came out, first time off the bench, having run one time back in Ireland in the winter. And, this horse was first time off the bench. They brought this horse out in mid-March, was a favorite that day. I'll tell you, Antonio Fresu did not give this horse a good ride. He somehow got the horse in trouble in a 5-horse field, which really was like a 4-horse field, seeing that one of the horses was way back there and he only had 4 horses to contend with. So he got this horse in trouble. I don't think the horse really got to show his best. 5-1 in the program. Because of the trouble lines, I don't know that we're going to see 5-1 on this horse. I think others will see that trouble line there and, maybe give this horse another chance. So we'll see if we can get a good price on Bright Eye Bungle. 5-1 in the program. I doubt we're going to get that high of a price, but, maybe we'll get half of that, which would probably be a good price, I figure. So we'll make a win bet in the 10th race on the 9, Bright Eye Bungle for Phil D'Amato to cap off the day at Santa Anita and cap off that pick 6. There'll be a lot of eyes on that last race. I'm sure there'll be some nice tickets going. Looks like a tough day for that pick 6. So, we'll see what we can do there in the 10th race. We'll make that win bet on the 9 horse, Bright Eye Bungle. All right, now let's recap the day and recap the bets. Okay, so for Santa Anita, Saturday, April 18th, we've got some win bets here on this pick 6 carryover day. We're going to start out in the first race with the 6 horse, win bet on Krista McAuliffe. The 5th race, the 1 horse, Jacqueline Lucas. And then finally, in the 10th race, we're going to make a win bet on the 9, Bright Eye Bungle. So if you see fit, you want to make these win bets, I wish you the best of luck. That's what I'm going to do today. If you want to use these horses in your multi-race wagers, some landing at early pick 5, some landing at late pick 6. Whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best of luck. Let's wish the folks over at Santa Anita a very safe day of racing today. Let's wish ourselves some good luck and some good trips, as we know that can make all the difference with winning and losing. So as always, I thank you so much for watching Fast Horses today and listening to the picks. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. It delivers the content to you for free. It also helps me out with getting that subscriber base up. You can like or dislike, make comments, make good comments, make bad comments, say what you feel. I'd like to make a discussion with you. So, as always, thanks so much for watching. Let's try to have a good day here on Saturday at the Great Race Place. Thanks again for watching. Good luck to you, and let's make it a great day at Santa Anita, the Great Race Place, and good luck to Sovereignty today.